This is my Landrover Defender, the cheapest non-running Defender on the internet, which apparently isn't even a Defender, even though these legit stickers say it is. Now it's left dumped in the middle of my drive, leaking oil and blocking in my RS6. After failing in the last video to get it running, you guys left me an overwhelming number of positive comments and words of advice. So in this video, I'm going to pull out all of your comments and suggestions and put these into practice and see if we can get this 34-year-old Defender gender identity crisis running.
Hey lads! Hey, hi!
So since the last video, I've been quite a busy boy and I've started to amass a number of parts here to get this car, or this truck, finally started. However, the engine bay is filthy. In fact, it's dirtier than a P.D. party, if you know what I'm saying. So before we put all of these new shiny parts in that truck, I'm going to give it a clean because I don't want to get that dirty stuff all over my hands. So I've got my air compressor, I've got some extra strong commercial detergent, a spray gun, a drip catchy tray, or words to that effect. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this bad boy and we're going to spray it all over the engine and see if we can get it as clean as possible before I start putting my hands in there, because I do not want to get that all over my fingers again. Right guys, so I've been going at it for about 20 minutes now and I've used about, I don't know, 10 litres maybe of this concentrated detergent fluid. It's basically parts washer fluid, which I thought would be good just to really attack this because it's full, absolutely disgusting. It's looking loads better to be fair. So the top of the engine's starting to look like an engine again. The sides, we can see all of this now because all of this was absolutely covered, it was black. So we can see all these components now. I can start to see some of the wires and various different things. So I'm just going to give this detergent another 20 minutes to soak in, I think, and then we'll come back and we'll tack it again. There goes the drive. We're covered in oil. The wife's gonna kill me. Be worth it. Look how clean this is now. Absolutely spotless. That's gonna be nice and clean for me to work on. So I get my fingers dirty. In fact, it's so clean, I could probably eat my breakfast off it. Lovely. So in the last video, we tried to get this engine running, but we couldn't. And one of the main reasons for that was the starter motor. So to fix that issue, I've gone out and bought a new starter motor. So this needs to go in here. And to do that, we need to remove the downpipe and then probably a few other 34-year-old rusty screws. And then hopefully it should go in nice and easy. Wrong one. So going underneath the car, I can get access to those 3 bolts holding on the exhaust downpipe. And it is still just a little bit dirty, as you can see. The final one at the top is a spline fitting, which is a little bit tricky, but we get it out with a new DeWalt ratchet. Yeah boy! Finally! There we go, Torque's bit. She was a pig to get out, but she's out. Right, see if we can pull this downpipe off. Whoa, that's what she said. So that's the downpipe loose. I can't pull it out, and the reason I can't pull it out is if I come under here, this is the exhaust. It's literally one short pipe up to the downpipe. So if I disconnect this rubber bit, I'll just drop the exhaust and then easy, I think. Oh my God. Getting too old for this. I'm only 25. Now, someone said the best way to pull this off was with lube, so maybe I need a bit of lube. Oh. Oh. Got it off.
Saxophone.
Right. Let's see if we can get this starter motor out and get this new one in. I'm just having a little look at where the bolts are on the starter motor. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and just looking down here, oh, we've got one right in here, one there, and one the other side of here, and then one underneath. So these as well are going to be an absolute pig to get to. I'll check back in a few minutes. Oh. Dead easy to work on these things. Back off. My balls look dirty. Ball joints. Oh. Come on, baby. Jesus. Come on. Yes. Come on. This definitely isn't meant to come out easily. Oh. Oh. So as you can see, this is pretty minging. It's covered in oil. There was wires not connected to anything. So let's clean up down there, put that brand new one on, and see if we can get this thing fired up. Manky. Now we can negotiate the new starter motor back into place, fit the 3 tight, awkward little piggies, I mean screws, I mean bolts, slide back under the truck to connect the downpipe, and then finally connect the signal wire to the starter motor. Right, so that's everything back together now. I think we're almost ready to try and fire this up. There's just one more thing we've got to do. So when I was cleaning this the other day, I found, again, another wire that didn't go anywhere. And this wire actually should connect down here to this little blue piece here. That spade connection. And that is the wire, or the signal wire, to the fuel pump. So, if the fuel pump isn't kicking in, then this engine isn't going to fire up. So what I'm going to do is just add a new little spade connector onto this wire here, and then we'll get the battery in and see if she turns over. Right, let's get this battery connected and see if she fires up. Let's give this a go. I've got the keys. Let's get in and see if we can get this fired up. Ignition on. I've not heard a fuel pump sound yet, which could be a good thing or a bad thing. I don't really know, usually a bad thing. Anyway, let's get this fired up. It's turning over. Start motor's working. It's making a lot of a sound, which to me doesn't sound good. That could be a gasket issue. Try it again. Right, so it's turning over. That's a good thing. It's not seized. But what we haven't got is any firing. And there was like a sound, which to me is probably not a good thing. But we'll worry about that in a minute. Let's see if we've got any fuel getting to the engine. Right, see if we get any fuel out of here. So there is like a fuel lifter pump here. So let me see if we can prime this. Prime the fuel pump. There's fuel coming out of there, that's good. Pop that back in. This fuel filter does need changing soon. But we'll do that when we service it. For now, we just need to get this thing running. And I have a horrible feeling that the head gasket's gone, which is why I can hear like compressed air coming out from under the engine when I'm turning it over. But we'll worry about that in a second. Let's get this bolt back in and then try it again. Right, so there's definitely fuel getting to us. Let's try it again. There, can you hear that noise down here? Whoa! go. Nice. Right. Now, I don't know what that noise is. It's probably not good. I think the head gasket needs replacing because I come to the back of the engine here, just down here, there's like a spitting. You can feel the fuel, the gas is coming out there, and obviously there's loads of oil around here as well. So this is obviously where all the oil leak's been coming from, and it's been leaking all over the engine and the transmission, gearbox and whatever else. So I reckon a new head gasket at some point might solve that issue. But yeah, you can feel it down here. In fact, let me get, there you go, use a bit of this. So I'm not massively worried about that because that engine's coming out anyway, so I can put a new head gasket on when it comes out and just completely service and replace all the parts, all the ancillaries and everything like that while it's out and give it a really good clean. I'm hoping that'll be all right. So let's see if we can ride this bad boy or drive this bad boy to the end of the drive and back without a major breakdown or catastrophic failure to my new or newly running 200 TDI engine. Come on. Right, let's give this tractor a little drive just to the end of the drive and back. See what happens, see if it actually moves. That doesn't sound good. I think I might have bought an absolute lemon here. Is it even in gear? Try that again. Oh. Oh. We're moving. Oh yeah. See you, Oski. Get a second. Second. We're laughing now. Well, good news. We've got a runner. What a pile of shit. What do you think, Oscar? Do you like it? Do you like it, son? Eh? You know you do. You know you do. So the other thing I need to check was that the alternator is actually charging the battery, because the last owner said the battery kept dying, and it did have a loose wire on that alternator, you'll remember from the last video. So I've reconnected that. So if the alternator is working and charging the battery, then this should be reading about 14 volts. So if I just put the positive there, negative, positive, 14 volts, so just over. So that alternator is actually good, even though it looks disgusting. So now I've connected that wire back, the alternator's working and the battery's charging. That's another one less thing I need to do. Nice. Well, I'd say that was pretty successful. We do have a little bit of an oil leak coming from somewhere. I mean, I can't imagine where that would be coming from in this engine, but we'll look into that. Anyway, for now, I'd say that was a good inaugural run. Nice.